Well, tonight, Erika Kirk, the interview that Jesse Waters is doing, is going to air in its entirety tomorrow night, I should say, right after the election.
Yeah, so you know the controversy with Jimmy Kimmel. He returned to ABC after a suspension for a week because of some comments he made about Charlie Kirk after the assassination. So Jesse asked her to walk us through that, and she did have a message for Jimmy Kimmel. Listen to this.
Jimmy Kimmel lied about your husband's murder and didn't really apologize. What would you say to Jimmy Kimmel?
Same thing I told Sinclair. They asked. I haven't really told anybody this, so they asked, do you want Jimmy to give you an apology? Do you want to be on his show? How can we make it right? Through our team, I responded. I said, tell them thank you. We received their note. This is not our issue, not our mess. If you want to say I'm sorry to someone who's grieving, go right ahead. But if that's not in your heart, don't do it. I don't want it. I don't need it.
Great response.
But I'm amazed with her grace, though. She could have went for blood. She could have said, you know what? I want him off the network. I don't think he should be there. The way he villainized my husband, even in his death. But she didn't do that. She goes, if you want to do an apology, let it be sincere. If not, just don't do it at all.
Yeah, let's walk through the timeline of what would happen. And Jimmy Kimmel just did not let up after the assassination. And here's what really led to his, I guess, week off. Ended up in the beginning, he says this, with all these terrible things happening, you wouldn't think our president would at least make an attempt to bring us together, but he didn't. On the 15th, in his monologue, he says the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize the kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points. By the way, that couldn't be more. That was totally false. But he says he has a team of fact checkers to make sure it wasn't false. Well, you have to fire your team of fact checkers because that whole premise was false.
I like that. Oh, y'all go ahead through the timeline and then I'll.
So you got the 16th, he says in his monologue, many in MAGA land are working very hard to capitalize on the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Brutal. I mean, that's a brutal, what a horrible thing to say.
So the FCC chair on Wednesday, September 17th, FCC chair warns ABC Disney, suggesting he would take action over Kimmel's comments.
All right, so then they pull him off the air indefinitely on that Wednesday. Then on Tuesday, like a week later, Jimmy Kimmel Live returns on the air on ABC. Some affiliates decided to boycott. They weren't going to air. So Sinclair and Nexstar affiliates, they end their blackout. They start airing Jimmy Kimmel Live again on September 26th. But what I love about her is she forgives the assassinator because that's what God calls her to do. She says, if you have to ask me if I think you should apologize to me, then just don't apologize. Yeah. That should be on your heart. You should, if you think what you said was wrong, then apologize. But if not, that's not our mission. This is not our issue. What Jimmy Kimmel does, that has nothing to do with Turning Point.
By the way, he should be thanking her because she essentially ended the boycott against him. He was going to be off of air for a long period of time. It's because of her grace that he got his job back. It wasn't for the pressure or anything like that of all the people in the audience, all that. It was because Erika decided enough.
And you know what I thought was the biggest statement was that memorial service when tens of thousands of people came from around the country to show up at a memorial service for Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old, for people that didn't understand.
I'm just grateful for Turning Point because our country is changing because of this young generation who is following Charlie Kirk's mission for our country. You can watch Erika Kirk in her own words. It's going to air on Jesse Waters Primetime this Wednesday, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.